Gentlemen, you're not supposed to be here.
This is a closed course.
All right, guys, we're back. Episode 30.
What was that clap?
Season finale. It was the kickoff clap. It was the kickoff clap.
Really weak, soft clap.
It's been 2 weeks since we've done this, and a lot has happened, boys. First off, Power Hour,
Yeah,
because we filmed this 2 days before Power Hour.
yeah.
That was a banger.
that was crazy.
Went well. A lot of the people liked Hannah. That was a good addition to the crew.
Yeah,
Saw some comment. It was all going smoothly. Oh, fuck.
I haven't paid Hannah.
It was all going
She's my
smooth.
cousin, so it's okay.
It was all going
Don't pay her
smooth
until she
until
asks.
Stewie tried to sell her
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
on Instagram. But yeah, it was a good Power Hour. I hope you guys all like the product. We are going to do another one, right?
Yes.
Not an official date, but Christmas time, kind of like last year.
December, kind of last minute gifts. The December Power Hour is bigger than the November one.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got some stuff that's a little delayed for Black Friday that'll be hitting hard in Power Hour.
It's going to be our biggest and best one for sure.
Yes.
Because
When is
everything
it?
will be here.
When's the next power?
December.
Early December.
That's right.
First, second week, probably. Yeah,
We're
it's
in
going to
the-
be good.
I'm wearing a Santa hat.
Yeah, you have to. Bro, the last Power Hour,
Jane.
I was trying to show I was showing Hannah like how Power Hour works. She wanted to watch a couple videos of it, and I went like through a couple of them. It was pretty low key. I pulled up the Christmas one. We were all hammered.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was my favorite one.
Hammered at the Christmas Power.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was good. That's what we need to do, man.
That's where we need to be.
Honestly.
Yeah. So, yeah, Power Hour is cool. Some good stuff. The DB mysteries always go hard.
Yeah, for sure.
$500. You get a lot of stuff. We give away switches, headphones,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah, it was fun.
So that was good. And that's a good transition. That kicked off our scavenger hunt,
Fuck yeah.
which we
dude.
got a winner.
Yeah.
Scavenger hunt. I thought it would go to 15 grand. So we started with 5 grand, added 500 every single day until it got to 15 grand. If it got to 15 grand, it only made it to 9 grand. And that was a hard scavenger.
I know.
He was a wizard.
I won't
That guy
use, I
was.
won't use last names obviously, but Justin is a podcast listener.
Yeah.
He has a closed course hat. He listens a lot. Probably helped him out on the hunt, obviously.
Yeah.
Knowing about pins and aces, like
For sure.
he knew it was coming because like we've kind of hinted it on the podcast. So like he was ready to roll when it came out,
Yeah.
and he got the 9 grand.
That guy was Justin. You are a freak.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
we're probably gonna post a video. Today's Tuesday, so probably tonight or tomorrow morning about how to solve all the clues. They're hard. When I was going through the video, I was talking for like 15 minutes, and I was like, God damn, I'm like halfway here.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. But you guys finished that video?
Yeah.
Evan? Yeah.
Oh, you
Okay.
finished it? All right, so that will you guys hopefully have already watched that by now.
Yeah.
But it's tough.
Just go see how hard that scavenger hunt was, and then you'll be kicking yourself. You'll be like,
I know.
that was the answer.
Well, there was
you
even
know?
a couple as I was doing it. I was like, wait, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here?
Yeah.
And I was the one who fucking made it.
Yeah.
Still couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Let's take this call from Millsy real
Okay.
quick. Justin, we're on the podcast. You're live. Watch your language. He hung up.
He hung up.
He did not want that. He was like, I can't
Stage
do
fright.
Smart.
Stage fright.
that. Yeah.
All right, so that was scavenger hunt. It's over. It went great. Hopefully, we'll do it again. Me and Evan were joking. We're like, if we run it back next year, we might need to get Justin as a contractor, help us out a little bit,
There you go.
because he's obviously way too good for us. He's gonna win our
Yeah.
next one within a week
That's
again.
true.
Maybe we can,
That's true.
give him some pin swag, and he can help us build the next
yeah,
one.
That's true.
That'd be fun.
So
He knows the products well enough.
yeah, go watch that video. It like stumped me, and John and I own the business, so that was
I was trying to explain the cipher for the Instagram video, and I had to do it like line by line. But I still can.
Draw a
Evan was
picture?
like, "Yeah, it's every number is related to a letter, and then it's times 2, and then it's backwards, and then you do this." I was like, I can't even. I almost didn't even explain it. I almost just put notes on the screen because I still don't understand.
Are you the Zodiac killer?
Honest, we just all 3 of us were watching it on the plane.
Zodiac, that
Yeah.
Netflix thing?
Yeah, it was fucking good.
Have you seen it?
I've watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't seen the third one.
No
after I got
response
through.
from Evan
Definitely
there
that guy.
either.
Bro, yeah, no response. That guy was creepy, man.
He really
He's a creepy
was.
guy.
Found like dead animals in his fridge.
That's how it
It's
goes.
a dead
man.
giveaway.
Paper
That's a
clipped it.
giveaway.
It's a
basement.
dead,
That's a
dead
giveaway.
fucking giveaway.
Yeah.
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 So
honestly.
scavenger hunt, power hour. We're in the thick of Black Friday too. Best deals of the year.
Yeah.
You're gonna be listening to this Friday. We don't even have coupon codes available on the site. We just marked everything down so you know it's black and white. You're gonna be getting the best possible deal all Black Friday. Some crazy deals.
Yeah.
Some crazy products. New stuff. It's a banger.
Yeah. Obviously, so that's popping off, and your boy Rafa
That's
getting the
shocking.
big dub.
I know, bro. I
Getting the
couldn't
big
have been
dub.
more happy. Did you guys watch it?
We were on the plane. I watched up until like
I know.
5
Watch it.
holes left, and I
I
was.
shot 62, but that was it.
It's
I was
fucking
Saturday.
nuts, bro.
Yeah.
And then
So yeah.
Rory was texting me. I was like, "Give me updates," and he was like, "Yeah, he's up 2 with 2 holes to play. Oh no, he just missed a short par," and then didn't text me at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, "How do you leave me on that cliffhanger?"
Yeah.
I have like an hour left in the flight. When I was landing, I was like, "He lost. He lost. He definitely lost."
I was here working. You know, you guys were all
Yeah.
partying.
Watching Harry Potter.
Yeah. Well, I was watching Rafa. I changed it up. So I was in my office, and then like I was helping the team ship, so I put it down on the computer screen, and I was Derek saying I was harder than a dog with 2 dicks.
Yeah.
So I was so happy to see him win. But so I put it on the screen down here in the ship station, and then after he won, everyone's like, "Can we put music back on now?" I'm like, "You guys not like I'm jazzed up."
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, so if you guys didn't see Rafa Campos, I'll maybe tell a little backstory
Yeah.
of
'cause
Rafa.
a lot of people don't know, like, I guess.
Yeah, he won the PGA Tour event, which is crazy because he had to get a top 5 in the last 2 finishes of the year.
Both of them, right?
Both of them.
Yeah.
He had to get a top 5 in each to keep his card, to make his top 125.
Keep his card.
And there was still some fuckery if other guys like won or played well, but a minimum he had to get a top 5 in both this week and then next week. And he's missed 13 out of the last 14 cuts on the PGA Tour.
Wow.
So he has his baby. And I remember, a couple years or last year at the Corn Ferry tour in Colorado, he stayed with my parents.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was telling him they were struggling to get pregnant. People go through that. It's hard. They finally get pregnant. They're super happy, elated. So that's what his focus is on. His wife, they induce her so he could play in this tournament. So she gets induced Monday. He gets home Wednesday, flies out Thursday to Bermuda, and then
Day of?
no practice round.
Day
Just
of the
day of, gets there in the
He's talked
morning.
about that though. He's
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
At this point of his career, he's like, yeah, maybe I don't need to practice.
He's like the most pure. He doesn't really even practice that much.
Yeah.
Like he just goes out and plays, and so he goes out and obviously wins, and which is like huge because now he got security, gets a 2-year exemption, he gets in the Masters, the Century, the Players, the PGA, all these big events. Huge sigh of relief for him, right? And he was like super emotional. But it's really cool to see the Spade, the Pins shirt
Yeah, yeah.
on one of our guys. But how it came to be with Rafa is when John and I started this business, we had just launched apparel, and one of our like first 5 orders was from this sketchy Puerto Rican guy, and his name's Eric. I love Eric. If Eric's listening, great guy. So he was like buying some polos, and he messages me and says, "Hey, I'm friends with Rafa Campos." I didn't know who Rafa was, and he's like, he plays on the PGA Tour. He's actually playing in the Puerto Rico Open next week, and he'll wear your polos if you send it to him. And I went to John, and I was like, hey, and I'm like, sketchy Puerto Rican guy, like, probably not real. And it was like $260 to ship it overnight to Puerto Rico. And I'm like, that's a lot of money right now. Like, can we afford that? So we did it. We sent it to him, and he wore it, and he got like a top 10. And that was cool. We're like, oh, this is sick. Then the next week, he goes to the Punta Cana in Dominican Republic and loses in a playoff or finishes second to Joel Damon.
Mhm.
Like missed a putt, like lipped out on the last hole to either win or get to a playoff. I can't remember.
Doesn't he have like 3 tournaments where? Isn't it last year he had like a 6-footer and he missed it on 18 to tie to go to a playoff? He's been like so
Maybe.
close to
He's been
win.
close, yeah.
So many times.
So he's been wearing our shit this like ever since. Like
Yeah.
doesn't ask for anything, just loves our polos. And obviously we take care of him and give him the apparel. And so he's like been loyal since like day one for Pins, which is cool to see it like come around. You look at some of the polos he wore on the PGA Tour, you're like, "Oof."
Yeah, it wasn't our best.
Those were bad, but Rafa loved them. And yeah, it's really cool to see that guy win PGA Tour.
It's funny, even like on the PGA Tour, if you go in the comments, like I saw a couple last night. Some guys like I bumped into him at the event down in Vegas. talked to him. He's like most down to earth guy, coolest guy ever. This was 3 years ago. I've been a diehard fan since. Like there was a bunch of comments like that, and that's how we know Rafa, especially you. But the couple times I've met him, and he was super nice to me. But it seems like random people think of
He's
that.
doing a lot of cool stuff.
So-
he was in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a 2-time Olympian.
Yeah.
So what's crazy is like then he got his PGA Tour card. Well, he was on the PGA Tour that year, and I go down to the Valspar, and I'd never met him or Eric. And Eric's like, just come over to our house. Like, come, we're cooking steaks. We're having a good time. So I'm like, I'm going to go into this house with these Puerto Rican guys. I'm just going to hang out. Rafa ended up missing the cut, but like that night, we went and like had steaks. We were drinking beer. Then he missed the cut. The next day, we got on his friend's boat. His friend has like this beautiful house in Tampa. Just like cruised the beaches, the little sandbars in Tampa, and just hung out all day with him.
Work.
Yeah.
Yeah, work. It was
Another work
cool.
trip.
It was cool. That's a work trip right there. You guys were just down there.
Yeah,
What do you want to talk about?
We did a lot of beach cruises.
I wish.
Big boats.
But like Rafa's like, I said to him on this was a couple weeks ago. I said to him on Friday, September 13th, so this is a while ago. I said, hey, great round. Keep it going. He said, thanks, buddy. Hopefully we start the game. Just listen to how he talks. And I said, how's Steph feeling? Because this is his wife. She's pregnant. And he's like, thanks so much for everything, Nick. Hoping your family are doing great. You mean so much to me. She's doing really good, actually. Can't believe in less than 2 months I'll be a dad, but exciting. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, nothing more rewarding than children. Keeps things in perspective, too. So blah, blah, blah. Keep going. And he just is always like, you guys are the best. Miss you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, he's just like, to Liam's point.
Yeah.
He's the night you meet him and you're like, why are you so nice to me?
Yeah.
Like, why are you the nicest human ever? And everyone on tour says that too. So
Yeah.
super cool to see him get that win.
100%. So what? He gets to play in the Players, Masters, British Open, U.S. Open.
Yeah, and he invited us
PGA
down to the Players
Championship.
at Sawgrass. Yeah. Where you guys just were.
That's
Yeah.
what I like to hear.
Yep.
So he's
I
like,
was scouting out, where to sit, where I want to hang out.
yeah. And I was like, I got to get Rafa a watch or something. And then I see him posting this video today. He's got his AP on. Like, talking like this. I'm like,
Maybe
Give him a
not.
bourbon.
yeah.
Maybe something else.
Something. We got
Yeah.
to get Rafa. We're going to get you something.
He's a bourbon
We
guy.
could probably scratch this out and put compost on the back.
That's a good idea.
Save some money.
Let's do that. Evan, figure it out. And get rid of this lion and make it the Puerto Rican flag.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Maybe you could just put like a pin sticker on those, cover that up.
Yeah.
And the other two sides.
There you
get
go.
etched in.
And I don't even think you don't even just fill it up with water, top it off a little bit.
Yeah, water that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
a cool guy.
So
I know-
yeah, the Players, the Masters, which is gonna be awesome for the Augusta collection, and then the PGA. He does not get into the U.S. Open or the British, but he
Uh-oh.
should be ranked high. He's now 80th in the FedEx Cup. I think top 60 get it. So if he has a couple good weeks, plays well,
Yeah, yeah.
I think he'll get into the Waste Management too, which
That's what I wanted to ask. Cause what's that cutoff?
that's a signature event.
Not all
so
the
I'm
top guys
sure.
playing that.
No,
though.
they don't. No. So
don't
I
like
think
it?
he'll probably get into the Waste Management.
Nice.
And now he's like playing free. I mean, I've played with him at Fox Hill. He went out and shot 62, just mind-numbingly, just simple game. It's
Really?
crazy. After he missed the cut at the Corn Ferry, I had him out to Fox Hill and we played 18 holes. He shot 62, he was upset. It was not playing good. So
I mean, yeah, it's got to be more pressure on someone like that, who's like every week you're fighting to keep your card instead of, all right, I got 2 years, so I can basically just,
coast.
I think that would be huge for
who
him.
cares? I can
for him.
attack pins if I
Especially
fuck
him.
up. Who cares?
John knows and Rafa admits to his mental game. It's like
So that's why he's buddies with you.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You made some pretty gutty putts on the
Yeah.
last day. Didn't you make like a 15-footer on
Yeah,
15? And
yeah.
like missed a short one, right?
It's like
late?
an 18-inch putt for par.
And then
You should have
la-
marked it. You get up and mark it.
had like 45, 50 feet down the hill, right? On
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, two
It
putted
hit it
that.
to like 6 inches.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
was
big
huge.
one.
And the chip on 18 was incredible
I didn't
because
see the
that's
chip.
straight downhill. It's like tiered, like at Bear Creek. There's like 3 tiers, and it was on the top tier, straight downhill, and then another tier, and then another tier. And the guy who he was, behind him was in the bunker, but Rafa I think had a chip first, and he chipped it to. You had to hit it right into the fringe to get it to stop, and it stopped like 3 feet short of the hole.
Nice.
It was such a good chip. That was probably his best shot. But on Saturday, he shot 62. He chipped in 3 times.
Wow.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And
I wish
Saturday
I was
was
surprised.
Yeah.
I know.
Saturday was windy too. If you were watching that, like
Yeah.
I think we were watching it at our house for a little bit. I don't know what. I think it was 17. He's on the tee box. His hat blows off. Then he just kind of like has to step off the ball. Just his caddy takes his hat and then he has
Yeah.
to go up and hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did not look fun.
Yeah. No.
Crazy.
Not at all. Oh, but you played with him too in Puerto Rico. We went down and played with him in Puerto Rico too. And his short game is like just stupid.
He said he liked how I compressed the ball.
That's pretty good.
Rafa is like the most positive. We played with Daniel. Have you met Daniel Maurer, the kid with the
I
lisp? He comes up on the podcast all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It's like every episode somehow.
Daniel comes
Tropics.
up. He literally has like the chipping yips, and Daniel hit it like 360 yards. Like he could hit the shit out of the ball, and then he made double from like 40 out, and Rafa's just like, hey, focus. That was, really good backswing. Just,
Good backswing.
he's like trying to compliment any little piece
Yeah.
that he can with Daniel. It was a double. It was awful. Awful chip, awful putt, awful putt, awful putt. I mean, double. So,
Is Rafa? He doesn't have any plans to come here because there's no events here.
no.
Can we zoom him and get him on the pod?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should do that.
Yeah, we should.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Or just cut it into the.
Bug him, but I
feed.
could.
Huh?
We should
You
just
can
get
like
him
do it on
the
the
pod.
side and then just cut it in.
Yeah.
Just get him on the pod.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or we go to him, especially if he's gonna play in a tournament. We could-
We're like Joe Rogan, man. We got to do people here.
Yeah.
Rafa should come here.
Yeah, we're at that level. He should fly. So he
We
should
are.
honestly WD from the next tournament and come here.
That's a good idea.
I don't know why he
Fair.
doesn't.
He should.
I mean,
I'll ask him.
for the polos we've given him, he can do that.
Yeah.
It was hilarious seeing him win like a big tournament, be all over, and he's wearing the fishing lure.
Yeah.
polo.
he
Well, he
loves,
loves
I
fishing.
loves fishing.
He
It's like
loved
his
it.
passion.
Yeah.
He
a
loved
good
it, and the
polo.
joggers was cool too to see.
Yeah.
It was.
We need him wearing the Augusta
ass and
collection.
legs.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, absolutely.
Will he do that?
Oh, yeah.
That's cheeky.
And Eric said too, like I was talking to him because Eric's his best friend, and we were talking about doing the JT sketches, like have Evan sketch out like Rafa's fit for the week, and
Yeah, that's what we need to do. Remind me to talk to you. About
John and I
that
are
after.
banned, so you guys might have to go and
Damn, looks like we gotta go, Pete.
yeah.
We got to go to the Masters?
Yeah.
Shoot. Let's do it.
Well, me and Pete also just went on a trip. This kind of takes me to Bungle of the Week.
Oh, jeez. Are we already at Bungle of the
We
Week?
all have the same bungle.
Yeah, we all have. I actually have one that's slightly different, but okay. So we can't name the people who we're gonna collab with, but it's coming hopefully in February. Huge company. It's gonna be sick. So me,
biggest
Peter.
collab ever.
Oh, 100%. Me, Peter, and Evan flew out to Jacksonville for this big photo shoot, custom golf cart. So we had a busy morning on Monday. We had to show up to the U-Haul place. We show up. They don't have a pin that's long enough for our trailer because we have a new Tacoma, blah, blah, blah. So we got to drive to Home Depot, come back. We're already late. We're already running behind. We get it fixed. We get the trailer on there. Then we drive to the wrap shop. We're in a hurry.
Because we shipped the golf cart from Easy Go
Yeah.
in Georgia to Florida because this is where this company's doing the photo shoot.
Yeah.
They rented out the entire golf course.
Yeah.
So we had to go pick up the golf cart, then drive it to the course.
So we pull the car around back. Pete's like, I'm gonna go into the. He's getting the booze out for this
Getting
story.
the strong
So Peter runs in the front. They open up the back garage door, and I see this guy like whipping our brand new golf cart, and I thought it was their employee.
Embellish.
And no, and I'm like, damn, this guy's kind of whipping this thing. And then I see Pete's head like stick around the corner, and he's like looking where he's reversing. You were going pretty quick. Garage door is coming up.
That's good.
It's not going up quick enough. And Pete just rams the shit out of this garage door. And all the employees are like, whoa, 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 whoa.
This is such cap.
They didn't yell at you to stop?
No, the one guy was like, whoa.
Yeah,
And he was ramming into the door.
No, I
On the-
Why
hit
wouldn't
it,
you look and
and I
see
moved
like
forward.
the door's not
Okay.
open?
Okay, in my defense.
the lifted cart. It's a custom cart. It's
Okay.
bigger.
Okay, it is. If
Brand
you go
new
to
Ram.
any golf cart, I mean, it doesn't stand 8 feet tall. This one was on like 24-inch rims,
No, fuck.
4-foot lift. I mean, you had to get a ladder to climb into this damn cart. And the garage door is moving at a snail's pace. And,
So you wait. You just put the cart in park.
it was an honest mistake. And I was looking where I was going. I wasn't
Crime
going to
of
hit
passion.
anything, on the left or the right side heading out. But, yeah, I clipped the top of the sunroof on the way out. And
Did the cart get fucked up?
cart was fine.
Nah, it was all right. I was kind of fucking with Peter later in the day. I'm like, yeah, the cart's fine. It just has like, it's kind of lifted at the back. Like, it's kind of like, doesn't look straight. It's
Oh,
like
jeez.
crooked.
No, it was fine. It was totally fine, but
We should ask them for the security tape.
the
by way.
button. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
We should definitely
You
reach
definitely
out.
should.
The button didn't move the garage door back up on the rails,
So
so
we hit it pretty fucking hard.
they had to manually. But those things are made out of whatever aluminum, so that it's like you could probably shoulder check a garage door and it would be fucked up. So it's like,
yeah.
anyway, it wasn't like I was going 90. I mean, was I a little bit excited? Yes, I was, but
And we were in a rush.
we were kind of in a rush because we were running behind. But the guy was like, dude, honestly, 3 people have hit that this month. That's what he said. That's from his mouth.
Yeah.
I think we could call Sean or Jason or Peter was another guy that worked there. He's like, shit happens. That's what he said. And then they brought the crew out and they tried to bend it back and then it went back up all the way and it was fine. And I went in there and I gave him my card and I said, hey, if the thing's messed up, call me.
Yeah.
Call me. Don't bill my freaking boss, dude. I don't need that coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was gonna come out. It wasn't like you're gonna keep it secret that you banged into the garage door with the top secret collab golf cart. But yeah, it was all good. What was the final price of the bill?
Well, so
280.
we'll finish the story.
Rewind wherever you want to rewind.
Finish the story because then you guys get it out.
Get it out.
And
So this
you go
is
to
the
put
next.
it on
This is the next.
U-Haul.
Yeah, this was kind of my bungle of the week was from Nick
Yeah, it was.
because you rented the wrong
Yes.
size fucking trailer, and I'm honestly just happy it wasn't one of us who booked that trailer, else it would have been the end of the fucking world. But since you booked it, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Fair.
Then we had to call a
It's
tow
true.
truck.
We audibled pretty quickly. Someone had an idea. I think it was you or Liam that had the tow truck idea. I was like, oh, that's fucking
It was
smart.
the guy who I had called. I was trying to rent a flatbed trailer, and then the guy was like, "We're like, best I could do is tomorrow afternoon for a flatbed." He's like, "Honestly, if you're just trying to get a golf cart from A to B, call a tow truck company.
Yeah.
I'll just throw it on the
Makes
back of that
sense.
thing and then drive."
I don't know
home."
why I didn't think of that because
It made the most sense.
the golf cart. So like the U-Haul is one of those things where you put
Sending
the
him a
car on,
picture.
and the wheel well or like the wheel track
Airdrop.
that you're supposed to drive the car onto. It would be good for a car, but the golf cart is like narrow, so the wheels wouldn't go onto the trailer, and there's an open gap in the middle of the trailer, so the trailer didn't work.
Look
Which
at how
is-
tall that golf cart is, just for everyone
That's the door we
watching.
ran
That's
down.
like
Yeah.
our
Look how tall
photographer.
the door is too. The door is 440 feet tall.
Why
and he
wouldn't it
couldn't
be
wait 6
open?
seconds.
Why wouldn't it be open
He
on a
couldn't wait
work
6
day?
seconds to get that fixed.
Oh my!
So the clearly zoom in on that, Evan. Good job blocking that
collapse.
that collab right there.
Oh yeah, true.
So obviously the wheels wouldn't fit on there, and so then you guys called a tow truck company. They delivered it, and then I'm calling Evan, being like, I don't want to pay for this shit because when I went and booked on U-Haul, I selected golf cart, and they're like, this is the trailer. So, but it got squared away. I found a hitch in my fridge today. I didn't know you put the hitch in the fridge
yeah,
that they had to buy.
I love when Peter hit it. Like at first it was funny, and then it like wasn't funny, and I got so much secondhand embarrassment from Peter. I had to fake a phone call and like step away. I was like, I can't watch this interaction.
Yeah, that's my move.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, I can't watch this. This is too awful right now. And then Peter was like, see, what were you saying? You're like, swipe this, man. Just swipe it. Just swipe this. That's how he was saying.
I went-
He'll take the payment. He's like, just swipe this, brother.
I went
Just
in.
swipe
I
this
went in
thing."
there with my Bull Shark LLC card, and I was like, "Hey, write down my info. Get my info. If anything's wrong, charge this. No questions asked. If it's fucked up, I made the mistake. Charge this." And gave him my card, so he had my contact. Thought he was gonna follow up with
I
me.
respect that.
So then,
But
before you
didn't.
finish that, then you guys get to the shoot.
We get to the
You figured
shoot.
out the tow truck. Then you get the tow truck. The funny thing is the guy calls me because the tow truck who dropped it off. He calls me the next day and is like, "Hey, I can pick up the trailer because we talked to this guy that he's gonna pick up the golf cart." And I said, "Okay, well I'm not there. Call Liam or Peter." I call Liam and he's like, "Oh, Peter found another guy for a better price, cheaper." It was the same price as the guy who helped us out in a pinch
Hold on here.
day one.
Hold on.
And you just fucked that guy over and got a
Wow.
different tow truck
Gonna
company.
defer to Liam on this one.
Yeah. So
Bungles all around.
what I was.
Yeah.
No.
And I have something to say.
Okay, because original from the wrap shop to the course was like 30 minutes. Charge was $150.
Yeah.
And then the next day we had to drive it like an hour. And they were up north and we were going even farther south. So I was just like, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be more expensive. Peter's like, I found another guy. So I just kind of assumed. Yeah, so I
than
just
we
kind of
were from the
assumed it was
original
more.
tow truck.
I just assumed it was cheaper. Peter never told me this is cheaper, but if they charge us $150 for 30 minutes,
Oh,
I was
maybe
like,
the other
oh,
guy would be cheaper.
I was like, oh, for an hour, same price, it's got to be cheaper.
Okay.
So
Maybe
that's
you're
where
right.
that
You know,
was.
like longer distance driven, same
Yeah.
price as the 30-minute drive.
Yeah, I was like, so
it's
it must be
essentially
cheaper.
Okay. So yeah,
But,
maybe. Okay, that's not as
um,
bad.
But I called the Atkinson towing guy because I was going to give him business again because they were there in like 35 minutes
Yeah.
after I called him. And I was like, that's sweet. You know, we weren't even late.
Yeah.
We weren't even in.
No, they
Shout
weren't
Shout
even
out
there
to
yet.
Atkinson's Towing of
Yeah.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Nice plug.
For
Yeah.
real. And so
I hate tow
anyway, I called them
I
again
hate tow
and,
companies.
and they were like, it's probably going to be, you know, this afternoon. Or he was like, I'll call you back. And he was like, didn't call me back for like 25 minutes. And this is like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make sure we have someone who's going to pick it up at 11:30. And I just called the other local guy, and they were like, we can get it at 11:30, no problem. Send me the address, this, that. And I was like, cool.
Yeah.
It was just
easy.
kind of like the first guy
I
to
was surprised
confirm.
that, like, you know, because those are the things that, like, you got a flight, you got to return a car,
I know.
the tow truck's not there, you know. So that, I mean, all in all, it went
For,
smoothly.
yeah,
and-
for everything that went wrong, literally nothing of the photo shoot was affected. We
Yeah.
didn't slow anything down. From there, like if we didn't tell them,
You actually got more time.
yeah, if we didn't, yeah, honestly, if we didn't tell them what had happened, the other company would have not thought anything of it.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was funny.
So
It was good.
good photo shoot. Going to be an amazing collab.
Yeah.
Going to be a crazy beginning to the new year. So definitely still blow your wad in November and December on our sale, but save a little of that cheddar for February. Let's
Yeah.
call it, right?
It's gonna
All right,
be.
yeah,
good.
yeah.
So
Can you see? Well, never mind.
there was another bungle. Your bungle. You know, Pete had a bungle.
My bungle?
I kind of had a bungle.
I don't bungle.
These guys come to me today and be like, "Yeah, man, like Pete's like, do I get paid?" And like, you know, on this
I mean,
trip?"
no,
And then-
I have a side to
And then do I get like I had to pay for my pizza at the, on the work trip. I didn't get dinner or lunch.
No, we got that. I did.
You got
I did
dinner,
say
you got
like
lunch.
that.
You didn't get lunch. No, but
there was like
he's
I was
like,
just
"Oh,
curious.
Liam said we couldn't. We had to pay out of pocket for our
No.
lunch."
I
You said that.
All I said was Liam at one point, a couple times, was like, "We're on our own for this one, boys," which was understandable. I was like, you know, we're probably
Respect
over
that.
budget.
once.
We're probably over budget, and I was like,
We didn't pay a dime for to do this, but yes, okay. I
Yeah.
like the thinking.
we're probably over budget. I was like, honestly, no problem at all. You know, I was like, I'm cool with that. But I was thinking, I was like, honestly, with this garage door bill and having to like get a couple of my other like refreshments and stuff, I was like,
My
well,
refreshments.
I'm like, am I going to get paid for this? And that was the topic of conversation. I wasn't trying to shovel Liam under the bus, but I was just curious, is that commonplace on
Well,
a work trip at some
If you're on
point
a
you
work
start paying
company
for your own
trip,
stuff?
one, you get paid, and yes, you get all your food. If you go to the club and you want to do bottle service, no, that's not on the
Well,
company.
Well,
Yeah.
my
Unless it
thought,
gets you a
my
bit-
thought
Yes,
process.
Well,
yes, true.
My thought process was Monday. You know, we went to the gas station, spent like $50 in the morning. It was an expensive gas station run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what did you
wow.
buy? Zins?
It was like 40.
How many
we
Zins did
we
you
did
buy?
buy 2 cans.
Yeah,
Two cans
exactly.
of Zins for $10.
We did need
3 Jimmy
fuel.
Deans,
We did
probably
need
25.
a couple Jimmy
Yeah,
Deans, a couple Red Bulls for the day.
Was it really 40?
Yeah, I think it was. And then on Monday, so I was like, we already spent that. And then we went to the course. They bought us lunch. Then we went to TPC. We each had 2 drinks. We had some
Shout out Reese
appetizers. And then we did a late night Chick-fil-A run. So I was like, if you're looking at the bill on Tuesday, it's starting to climb up there. And it wasn't just like food. It was like we got an old fashioned.
Comp the old fashions.
That's true. The guy at TPC did comp it.
Really? Why?
Pete knew him.
Really? You had a
I
guy
should have just
there?
paid. I should have just paid for the lunch. But in mine, I was like, hey, let's save the company some money. We've been getting free food for 2 days now.
Hey,
I don't want Nick
I
to
like
bitch
the
at me.
thinking. I like
We
the
already hit the
thinking.
garage
I like the-
door.
yeah.
We already
At
did
Big
this.
Cedar,
Well,
my
That's why I wanted to pay the
post
bill.
dinner
There's-
Taco Bell run, I paid for that.
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of thinking like that Chick-fil-A was maybe a little extra. I debated the Chick-fil-A. I put it on the cards. I was like, maybe the next day we'll take this.
It's gonna
one.
turn into another Vegas trip with Christian and the cigars.
So it sounds like next
He was
time we go
quick
on a
to it.
trip, everything but bottle
Bad.
service is covered.
Sweet.
Yeah,
We did go to the bar one night and we bought our own drink.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's how it should be. But like lunch, food, work, you're gonna have a couple drinks. That's fine, just within reason, you know. But speaking of that, so it's funny. You weren't here. When Pins was really, really small,
4
and
people.
like 4 people, and then we like had a crazy like the beer sleeves. We sold like 60,000 beer sleeves
If
in a
we
month.
hit $1 million for whatever month that
November,
was.
and I think we did 2.2 million
Yeah.
million in a month.
in a month. Yeah,
How'd you guys do that?
beer sleeves.
Just
Like a
went
new
viral.
product. It went viral.
Well, we
like,
said if
everywhere.
we hit $1 million, we end up doing over 2. We'll take you all to Vegas.
Yeah. So we took the whole team to Vegas. Like flew 'em out
Everyone.
to Vegas. Everybody worked for us.
Can we run this back for this?
Well, yeah.
Hmm?
We do over 3 million.
That's what the Christmas party is, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's a Christmas party. Now we have too much. But we went to Vegas, and Derek, of course, is just like, oh, we're gonna do race car driving. We're gonna do skydiving. We're gonna shoot ARs. We're gonna shoot automatic weapons. We're gonna do it all.
Yeah.
And then Derek, so I started showing Derek the price, and I'm like, okay, race car drive like a Ferrari, 1 lap is $600.
Yeah.
We want to drive a Ferrari for 1 lap.
One.
And he's like, nope,
Crazy.
we're not doing that. And then I was like, okay, we'll shoot guns like 1500. Nope, we're not doing that. To do this, no, we're not doing that. Which is fair. Like, get all these people to go and do this.
Yeah.
So we're like, we're still gonna go to Vegas. We're gonna go to a nice steak dinner, whatever, nice dinner, high-end restaurant, hotel room, flights,
Air. forward.
everything. We paid for everybody to go to Vegas, and so we get there, and we kind of told people like, hey, we're still a small business. Like, we gotta rein it in a little bit. You know, we can't afford 10 grand in Ferrari laps. You know, so we go to this dinner. It was a nice job. It was like $4,000 for dinner. I don't know, maybe $2,000. It was expensive dinner. And then we went to a show. I think we went to Blue Man Group, which is my go-to. I love Blue Man Group. I love it.
Nick's seen him 12 times.
I've seen them. Have you been to Blue Man Group?
No.
Have you?
It's only $40.
We gotta go to Vegas. It's like a $40 show, and it's the best show in
It
Vegas.
is pretty cool.
I've seen like I've gone to like Cirque du Soleil, and
They used to be
The
the number 1 show. Now they're
but it's like incredible. They're
Nightly at the
shooting
Luxor.
marshmallows from like me to Austin out of their mouth, and they catching each like throwing it, and they're catching all of them. It's incredible.
That's what blew his mind out of everything.
On
The
top of
marshmallow
everything. Have you
toss.
been to Blue Man Group?
Yeah, a while ago.
It's so good. The marshmallow toss is incredible. But then they're interacting, and they like it's fun. It's a fun show.
Do they like play instruments? Do they dance? Do they,
Oh yeah.
I do literally everything.
Like instruments, crazy shit. Like just it's fun. And it's
I thought I've seen like a drum clip.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they do like with the paint, and they're drumming, and they do the
PVC
paint.
pipe
Okay.
drums.
And I have like PVC. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. And there's like a interactive with
It's like
the audience.
magic, comedy, music
Yeah. Yeah.
fused.
It's a great
So
show.
how do you like apply? Like how? Like, what's the criteria to be a blue man?
I don't know. You got to be way more talented than anyone here is. But and I think they have different ones. But anyways, so we go to Blue Man Group, and then like we go to Fremont Street, and I give everyone. So then we go there after dinner, and I buy everyone cigars on my tab. Okay, and you buy cigars, and it was like buy 5 stupidly expensive cheap cigars, and you get 1 free, like any free. So I bought them, and I was like, hey, all you guys who don't know cigars, I know cigars. You have these cigars, and I'm gonna get the good one. I'll come back to that. Then I give everyone, John and I are like, or Alex and I are going back to the room, and we're like, I gave everyone $150 or something to go gamble, go to the bar, club, see ya, and we'll see you at the airport, you know,
Nice.
tomorrow afternoon. So then I get back, and I have this employee, won't name names. He was just like, he's like, yeah, I don't think I can work here anymore, man. That Vegas trip was just so disappointing. And I'm like, why? What was wrong with it? And then he goes, he's like, we need to have a meeting. So I'm still working at Adams. I call in. He's just like, yeah, you know, you guys promised that we would be, you know, going to race Ferraris and going to steak dinner. We went to some Japanese place. It was okay. And then we, you know, the tip of the iceberg. And then we went to some shitty show. Actually, we didn't go to Blue Man Group. Were you there?
No.
We went to a magic show, actually, not Blue Man Group.
Oh,
Lucky.
okay.
And he's like, we went to some shitty show because I was gonna do like Cirque du Soleil. That was like $350 a person.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm like, okay. Like he said, went to some shitty show. This is, mind you, all free.
Yeah.
Paid.
Yeah.
You're paid,
You're
and
going
you're
to
going to Vegas
Vegas.
for free.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you like per diem, paying for everything. And he's like, yeah. And then we go to it would really set me over the edge. This is an employee talking like this. Like,
Former.
yeah, oh yeah, former.
Okay.
And he's just like, he's like, yeah, we go. Nick goes and buys cigars, and he gets everyone shitty cigars. He gets himself a nice one. That just really rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, wait a minute. It was still an okay cigar, and I paid for it out of my own pocket. And I got
Oh,
it was
it's
like
just
a
trying to be
bonus.
nice, yeah.
Trying to be nice.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
then
need to get you any
Derek
cigar.
heard that, and Derek was just like, it was the sandwich thing all over there. I want my sandwich toasted.
Yeah.
That was like, he was kind of like, okay, like I get it. And then he heard that, and he's like, wait, Nick paid for that cigar? He's like, well, yeah. And Derek's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, we don't want him to get the fuck out of here. So, yeah, it set him off, but that was fun.
Interesting.
Small biz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
small
you
biz.
really only want to be in Vegas for a couple days.
Yeah, it was like 2
48
nights. It was
hours.
I mean,
perfect.
That's
and
fine.
Alex and I went back, like, we don't want to go to the club and party. Everyone else does. They're young. Like you guys, let's go to the club. Here's $150 cash. You can have a good time for about 30 minutes. in
2
Vegas.
drinks.
Yeah, honestly.
You know, so it was fun, but it was fun. So, anyways, but the PGA show is kind of like that. It's fun. It's a good time. A lot of work.
Maybe we could do
Yeah.
a Blackhawk trip.
Ooh, that'd be sweet. Have you guys seen the battle bus that goes up to Blackhawk?
No.
There's like a shuttle that leaves at like 5 a.m. to
All
Blackhawk.
the old people to go.
Oh,
Yeah, on like a Monday through Friday at 5 a.m.
You know what's
Battle
fucked up?
Yeah.
You want to know what's fucked up? My grandpa was my grandpa's the cheapest human ever. He smoked since he was 14, drank every day, lived to 95. Back to like smoking doesn't kill you. So smoked every day of his life, 95. The cheapest guy. He
all
would
about
put
genetics.
he would have a toaster with two like, you know, for bread, and he would put 2 pieces of toast in there every morning, but he would only have 1 piece, and he'd save the other one for the next day. So he'd have a cold piece of toast the next day because he didn't want to waste electricity
Stay humble.
of putting 2 pieces of bread in the toaster.
You didn't want to do one at a time.
You didn't want to do one
that's
because
an
that would
extra
waste
day of
electricity.
Electricity.
That would waste electricity if he
because
put
one's being used on nothing.
because one's being
Okay.
used on
One-
nothing.
Yeah. So he would put 2 down, eat 1,
Yeah.
leave the cold one in.
For tomorrow. Yeah.
They
then
use
the next
one-
day pull it out or leave it in.
No, just pull it out. Yeah,
You
it'd be
use
cold.
One pot of coffee all week. It's the same ground.
Like every 3 days.
So at
Yeah,
some
he'd
point
recycle
something's
his
got to
grounds.
give though, right? And you got to do a 1-piece toast, right?
No, but he had the toaster, so I told him, Grandpa, like, these are so efficient. You're losing like 1 cent. He's like, it's
Maybe.
inefficient. Yeah, we played golf with him. You could literally hear his ball land off the he'd hit driver. He played till he was 95. He shot his age 100 times. You could hear his ball land in the fairway with driver. That's how short he was.
Yeah.
And he's playing this ball that has a huge gash in it from a mower. Like a legitimate cut. And I'm like, what are you doing with this ball? I go into it after his round. In his trunk, he has 70 dozen brand new balls that he got at garage sales. And I'm like, what are you doing with these? He's like, I'm saving them. For what? You're 94. You're going to die. What are you saving them for? So the most frugal guy. Where was I going with that story?
I don't know.
We were off Vegas, Orlando,
And now I
Where
can't
you at?
remember what I was going with the frugalness of his story.
95.
We need to
drank and
refund it.
Smoke every day.
I can't remember. It was a good story though. Full circle. I got off on a
You were
tangent.
gonna tie it. You were gonna tie it.
What was I
back.
talking about, Evan?
Everyone wasn't listening.
That's kind of what I remember.
I don't know. It was Orlando.
Orlando,
I don't know.
and you went to like
Vegas.
Black
Oh, the
Blackhawk.
casino shuttling.
Yes.
So they have this thing in like Red Wing, Michigan, like on the border of Minnesota. He lived in Minnesota. They would give old people like $100 cash to get them on this bus and get them at like 6 a.m. and a free buffet. And
Sold.
this was like
Yeah.
once a week. he would not gamble, obviously. He'd take the $100 for him and his wife, my grandma, and they would keep the $100 each. They'd go eat like 2 meals, like a late brunch and then like an early dinner, and then get back on the bus, not gamble $1. But he was just like, this is free date night. He was like,
That's
just loved it.
arbitrage.
Yeah, he would just love it. They give you $100 bill. How fucked up is that though? They'd go to like the old people's area. He lived in like an old community, like 55 plus. He lived by himself, but they would pick him up on a bus and then shuttle him to the casino because they know the old people are just going to spend money.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
he would do that. And
Slots.
you remember him at my wedding? He was taking all the decoration golf balls.
Yeah,
like, stealing
decoration golf balls at his wedding, and he was going around after taking them all like he was gonna play with these.
them. He was just
Oh,
like
really?
like in the flower pot. You know, it'd be like golf balls that say Nick and Ashley.
Your grandfather?
Yeah. And he was going in and like putting them in his pocket and like laughing at Liam, like, look at all these balls I'm stealing.
Yeah, just like shitty decoration balls.
Decoration balls. Yeah.
He's gonna
That's pretty
use 'em.
good.
Great
Yeah.
depression.
Well, I'm down.
Yeah, great
Go to
depression.
Blackhawk sometime.
Yeah. That was Ryan's Christmas party last year. He took everyone, got them
Really?
a room, got them a dinner. That's a
Wow.
good time.
Yeah, it would be
Not a bad
fun.
idea.
We should go up there though. It's fun.
Lost my ass last time. Started out hot though,
Did you?
playing blackjack. Yeah, and I was doing good. I was actually wearing the pins and aces stuff, and like I sat down, and I had like my hood like halfway up with the matching hat, and I like won like 6 hands in a row on blackjack, then walked, and everyone was like, "Who's that fucking guy?" And we went over to the craps table, and like my number's 8 because I was born on August 8, and so I just like, I threw the dice, and it was button was on, whatever, and I just kept putting on 8, and I was doing okay. I wasn't throwing my 8, and then craps goes fast.
Yeah.
I love
Like you just
It's
like
fun when you like get a
Volatile.
guy.
It's
yeah.
volatile.
when you're doing good, it's fun. But I was like,
the
I
best with the
blinked and I was like
Yeah.
down 150, and I was like,
I had a
Goes
Make money
quick.
fast, lose money fast.
Yeah, I had a
Sure.
buddy who did that at Blackhawk, and we all started with like $100, and in like 6 minutes he had $2,000.
that's crazy.
Just like crazy money.
That's crazy.
And he's all like, this was in college, and we're like, fuck, and then the drink lady comes around and he's like, give us the top shelf shit, and and it's like there's not free drinks in Blackhawk, right? So you got to pay for drinks.
Really?
Dumb
Yeah.
state law.
Yeah, that's
I got a couple.
Yeah,
I got a
Some state
couple
law.
free ultras.
no, maybe beer, but like
Maybe beer.
hard shit. So he's like tipping her. He gives her $100 chip, and
Fuck.
he's like, keep it. He's all he's
Yeah,
tipping the
yeah,
dealer.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, okay, bro, let's pull back. Remember, like you have rent, like it's
Yeah.
expensive college.
yeah.
6 minutes later, he's down to 0. So he lost his original 100 and the 2,000, lost it all. But bought the round of drinks. So he goes to the ATM and he pulls out 300. And I looked at his balance. Like, as he pulls out 300, he's like 240 left. So he pulled out, so he like 500. Goes to the craps table in 3 minutes, loses all of it. I go back to him. I was like, hey, man, no more. Like, come on.
Gotta run it back,
I
bro.
don't have a debit card for this reason. I just bring cash. Like, hey, whatever you want to spend, only the cash you have.
Yeah.
No ATM.
Yeah.
Goes back to the ATM, pulls out like 204. He's like, I can't pull out the 75 cents. It was like 204, 75. Pulls it all out, and he's like, I got to change it. I got to go play roulette. And I was like,
Oh no.
Roulette?
loses. They played for like 20 minutes, lost it all, and so he lost like $500. Drained his bank account, had no money.
Fuck.
That was like when we went to Vegas for my 21st. Remember, I won like
Oh God!
won, like,
Thank God I was there.
You want one more?
Pete.
This guy
I won like 1,400 playing blackjack.
at least.
At least. It might have been.
Vegas?
Yeah, it might have been like 1,600 bucks, and I
On
was
your
just turned
birthday.
21. Yeah.
Oh.
And then we were leaving. We're like, oh, Nick, we're going to a club. Come with us, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no. And I had like 1,600 bucks cash. And Nick's like, bro, give me that or else you're going to spend it all. And I was like, come on, I'm not going to spend this.
Hold
Like,
on though. He had 2
Yeah.
thought prostitutes following him around.
No.
Yes. He had 2
I remember this now.
girls. Yes, do you remember?
They were
And
bottle rats,
I
not
was-
prostitutes.
Bottle rats. I was with his
Difference.
his sister, who's my wife, and we're going back to bed. And Liam is like, he can't even talk. He's like, we're going to the
No.
club, man.
I get
And
I get
he's holding his cash like it's just like
Yeah.
this. He's not even. John can attest. He's not even like be careful with it. And I'm like, give me like $1,000. You could take 600, do whatever you want, 400. So he finally reluctantly gave me $1,000. Thank God, because then he went to the club.
He
and
didn't remember. He gave
blew
you
it all.
1,000
I went to
bucks
the
the
club and
next day.
spent it all. Didn't have $1 left in my wallet.
Ashley and I are going for coffee the next morning,
Yeah,
and
he's
here he
walking
walks in.
It was like 6:30 in the morning. Ashley's getting coffee. I'm walking back in. I'm like, hey, to my sister.
It's like, I got $1,000 for you. He's like, oh fuck, really?
Yeah, that was
no
a
low.
good high at the end of the night. Like, oh shit, I had this $1,000 still.
Whatever
Yeah.
happened to the bottle girls?
I don't know. Off into the wind.
Yeah.
Came with the bottles, left with the bottles.
Left with the cash.
Yeah.
From the
yeah.
They knew
blackjack
it did.
table.
Who fucking knows, man?
Anyways, well,
Yeah.
follow. We don't have any codes
Nope.
today because it's Black Friday.
Yep.
Biggest deal of the year. But
Yeah. This, I think, is the season finale. We'll be back here hopefully shortly. Not sure when, but stay tuned. Appreciate all the support. Check us out. Black Friday sale. I think that's it.
New products popping.
Yeah, new products all
lots
the
of
time.
follow us, Pins and Aces.
Yeah.
Peep the
Tell
site.
your friends.
Yep.
Tell your friends.
Appreciate it.
See you guys.
Hey.